The Last of Us Part 1 finally got its first hotfix. Unfortunately, it was a tiny hotfix and barely fixed anything at all, even with all the promises that a patch was coming. It's now officially unsupported on the Steam Deck, and that's not surprising, even though people feel like it is playable, and when you see footage like this, it does look that way. However, holding 30 frames per second on the lowest settings with a no FSR is about as good as it gets, until you hit some of the more chunky scenes. And when you have statements coming out from Naughty Dog and the developers saying that Steam Deck is the low priority, it really is upsetting. As you can see here, once we get to one of the more intense scenes, without FSR2 enabled, we are down into the 24 frames per second range, and even with FSR2 balanced enabled, we are hardly holding that 30 frames per second at all. This really goes to show how bad the port is at the moment, because FSR2 should be giving you at least 10 to 20 frames per second on balance, rather than the 4 to 5 that we're gaining here, especially when you look at the quality drop that we have on our characters, as we're almost at half the resolution on balance mode. If you are going to play this and deal with the drops, I would definitely say to keep FSR2 off, because it really does ruin the experience, although it doesn't look as bad on the Steam Deck as it probably looks on your screen. As you'll see, even with FSR2 enabled, we get those huge frame dips down into the mid-20s, so having that graphics drop really isn't worth it, because if we look at the same section without FSR2 enabled at all, the quality looks so much better and the frame drops are just around the same. So right now I would still say to wait, and hopefully on the Friday patches we'll see something a bit more significant, but it's certainly worth its unsupported tag on Steam Deck right now. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to be waiting on this one, or if you're just plowing through it and dealing with the dips. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.